Hello sports fans, welcome to Super Sports Central. Today we're going to be ranking every second baseman in the MLB. So yesterday I did first baseman and the day before that I did catchers. So today we have the second baseman, and again it's going to be in tier list format. So at the top we have the elite second baseman, then we have the above average second baseman, solid, below average, and then bad. Starting off with Adam Frazier of the Seattle Mariners. He signed there in the offseason. He could also play in the outfield. He's a consistent hitter and a solid defender. I'm going to give him above average. Next up, we have Andres Jimenez of the Guardians. He's good. He's a solid, good second baseman. Next up, Brandon Lau of the Rays. A good underrated second baseman. Definitely above average. Not an amazing defender, however, he has a very good bat. Above average, borderline elite, definitely top 5 second baseman. I'm putting him above average. Next up, we have Brendan Rodgers of the Rockies. He broke out last season. I'm going to give him a solid. Next up, we have Cavan Biggio of the Blue Jays. He's a very versatile player, can play second, third, the outfield. He's a solid second baseman in general, however he's very good at getting on base. Next up, we have Cesar Hernandez of the Nationals. Great defender, another solid. He actually won a Gold Glove in 2020. Next up, we have Chris Taylor of the Dodgers, a versatile player. Good defender, has improved with the bat tremendously over the past recent seasons. Definitely above average. Next up, we have Jake Cronenworth of the San Diego Padres. Another versatile player, another great hitter. Above average. And I can't remember in the beginning if I mentioned or not if there's 31, but there is 31 second baseman here because, so for the Yankees, there's 2. We're getting to one right now, and that's DJ LeMahieu. But now, so Gleyber Torres is going to be their everyday second baseman. However, DJ LeMahieu, he doesn't really have a position, and he's too good to leave off a list like this. But he's going to be like their utility man. So, he's above average. He's a great fielder, and he's also a very consistent hitter. Although he did have a little bit of a down year last year. So that's the reason there's 31 in this list. Now on to Tommy Edman of the Cardinals. Good hitter, has tremendous speed. Just under above average. So he's a solid. Next up, we have Hoy Park of the Pirates. We haven't seen him in the major leagues yet. I'm going to give him a solid, but we don't really know what he's capable of. Next up, we have Jazz Chisholm of the Marlins. Young, above average, second baseman. Could improve. I think he's still very good and has room for improvement. Next up, we have Jean Segura of the Phillies. Still a very good, solid second baseman. Jeff McNeil of the Mets. Another player who could also play the outfield. Above average second baseman for the Mets. Next up, we have 2021 NL Rookie of the Year, Jonathan India. He plays for the Cincinnati Reds. This one was a little bit tougher, but I decided to go with the above average here for Jonathan India. Next up, we have Jorge Polanco of the Twins. Still a RBI machine. He's wherever you put him. When he's at the plate, he's just going to drive in runs. Solid. Next up, we have Jose Altuve. So I don't think he's an elite second baseman. I think he's an above average second baseman, but not elite. Next up, we have Josh Harrison of the White Sox. He's been on so many teams, I forgot where he was this year. He's a good utility player. I'm going to give him a good or a solid. Next up, we have Katlyn Marte. I considered putting him in the elite category. However, I'm going to put him above average. He recently signed an extension with the Arizona Diamondbacks. So I am putting him in above average. He has blazing speed. He's probably the best player on the Diamondbacks. Above average, close to elite, but not there. Next up, we have Gleyber Torres, the other Yankee on this list. He's a below average shortstop, but I'm ranking him as a second baseman, because that's where he'll be playing. Above average second baseman, but below average shortstop, so second base above average. Next up, we have Nick Lopez. Hopefully I said his name right. Of the Cubs, he's a top of the order hitter. Who's also a good base runner. I'm gonna give him above average. Next up, we have Nicky Lopez of the Royals. He's a consistent hitter and excellent fielder. I'm gonna give him above average. Next up, we have former Yankee Rougned Odor. He's a good, solid second baseman this year playing for the Orioles. Next up, we have our first elite second baseman, Ozzie Albies. I think he's probably one of the best. I don't think he is the best, and that is a player we'll get to in a second. Next up, we have Jonathan Scope of the Tigers. He's still a solid second baseman. And here is who I think is the best second baseman in the league, and that is Marcus Semien. Now playing for the, I believe he signed with the Rangers. Last year when he was with the Blue Jays, he was great in the field, also hit tons of home runs. Best second baseman in the league. Next up, we have Trevor Story. So he signed with the Boston Red Sox. We don't know how he'll be in the field at second base. He was a very good shortstop. I'm not going to give him elite. I'm going to give him above average just because we don't know what he's like as a fielder at second. However, he's a very good hitter. Next up, we have Tommy La Stella of the Giants. I'm going to give him a solid. He's definitely a very good second baseman. Between the solid and above average, I decided to give him a solid. Next up, we have Tony Kemp of the A's. Good defensively, decent at the plate. I'm going to give him a solid. Next up, we have Trey Wade of the Los Angeles Angels. So, another former Yankee, actually, on this list. We have 5 either Yankees or former Yankees. At least 5. I think there's 5. Okay, off topic. But, he has great speed. He's a good fielder. Not an amazing bat, but solid second baseman. And lastly, we have Colton Wong. He's still an above average second baseman. So those are my second baseman rankings before the 2022 MLB season starts. So that's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and comment if you agree with my rankings, disagree. Tell me who you disagree with and why. I do my best to post as often as possible, which has been every single day. So like, subscribe, comment if you agree, disagree, and why, and I will see you in the next video.